Hey folks, today is November the 9th. It's currently 10:13 in the morning. I'm going to look at doing the final hypergrowth FX weekly update review. As you guys can see here, we had a basically a catastrophic loss of the account. Minus $2.73 in equity or balance left. They did in the back office give us a urgent post, and there are two videos. I'm going to show you guys that in a moment. And I also took notes on those videos so that we can see exactly what the vendor had to say. But first, let's go ahead and take a look and see what happened. As you guys can see here, lots of trades, 11-7 got closed out, and you can see lots of losses, significantly larger than any profits that we had. $40 loss, 33, 23, 13. And basically all that added up equals out to this minus $2.73. I had hoped that they could dig themselves out of the hole that they put themselves in. Unfortunately, that was not the case. If you recall, we had a pretty heavy loss initially, $79.56, and then that $107.15, $107.15 rather. If you guys come into the back office here and you click on news, you should have got this email, but if you click on trading disaster urgent post, you'll see two videos here. We had a major trading disaster. If you funded an account, it's imperative that you watch these two videos. Basically, that's the trading disaster, and that's a now what video, which discusses what their plans are going forward. All right, so let's go ahead and pop over here. And we'll fill this in real quick. So week 10 is going to be minus $2.73. Add that in there. All right. So that first video, managed account trading disaster. This is kind of the notes that I got, so you guys can just kind of get the gist of what it is. Had the other trader, Panther not been added, this disaster wouldn't have happened. Basically, we had that original trader that I mentioned to you guys. I believe his name was Mufasa. That's what the vendor was calling him. Basically, he's the one that had a set limit of 2% risk for his trading. All right, so if we lost, there would be a limit of 2% that we would lose with him on any group of trades that he had open, I believe. And so basically, Panther had a different trading style, and he's stating here that if we had stuck with just Mufasa instead of adding Panther, we could have avoided this, but he decided to add Panther based on what we'll mention here in a moment. But anyway, all right, plan was to have multiple traders or trading styles to diversify. All right, if one trader had a bad streak, hopefully the others would win, and that would balance things out. All right, before he added Panther had been on a trading streak, basically 3 months in a live account, and he was doing well. He was averaging double-digit returns each month with no crazy drawdown. Because of that, he felt comfortable adding the Panther traders to the managed account. And of course, obviously, within a week of adding the Panther traders to the managed account, they blew up the managed account, which is crazy. 3 months of double-digit returns, and the first week they get added to the managed account, they blow up the managed account. That is it's just crazy. It's unheard of, to be honest. I don't even know how to take that. It's just ridiculous. But it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it. That's one of the main reasons why I always go in with a small amount, typically with managed accounts. I'll start with $300 to $500 and see how it does. And if it does good with a small amount, then you can add a larger amount. All right, so video 2 talks about going forward. Now what? All right, so the vendor states that he's going to look at moving forward with just Mufasa, which is what he states that he wishes he had done and not added the other traders. All right, max risk per trade, like I stated earlier, 2%. Set up an account with a performance fee of free. Basically what that means is anybody that chooses to go forward with Mufasa and this vendor is going to not pay, a 25 or 30% performance fee. They're going to keep 100% of anything that's made. All right, and also another safeguard is Mufasa, instead of having control, or instead of having the trades taken in his account and copied into ours, now Mufasa is going to be sending the vendor the trades, and he's going to be placing the trades on the master account, which basically means he's going to make sure that there is a max risk of 2% per trade. So that means we don't have to depend on the traders to do that for us. The vendor is going to make sure that our risk is capped on each trade that's taken. In this way, we can be 100% in complete control of each trade, or basically of the risk of each trade, have control of that. So that's kind of what the videos that we see here go over. And these are about 45 minutes each. So those of you that actually had money invested, you can come into the back office. If you haven't watched it yet, definitely want to go ahead and watch those 2 videos. But this just kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. I was actually pretty satisfied with Mufasa and what he had to offer us. Now, the first trader, you guys will recall, he's the individual that ended up losing those first large losses here. That's the 107 and the 79. And then we ended up letting him continue to trade, I believe. And then we ended up adding Mufasa, which is the individual that I believe he returned, 11 or 12% on the week that he was able to trade for us. And obviously on the next week, because we were in drawdown from this other individual, this Panther group of traders, he wasn't able, or Mufasa wasn't able to trade it all for us because we were in such deep drawdown. So none of this down here, none of these losses were from Mufasa. So I want to make that clear for you guys here, because he made it clear in the video. Mufasa was the 2% risk max guy, the individual that was much safer. So that's obviously unfortunate that the vendor decided to add these other individuals. It's definitely a unfortunate situation. Hold on one moment, folks. All right, folks, sorry about that. I'm back. Not sure where I was or what I was talking about here, but basically, obviously, you guys can see we started the account with about 500, and now it's down to negative $2.73. So obviously, HypergrowthFX has failed testing. I'll go ahead and mark this on the EmpireAmbition.com website, and I'm still going to watch Mufasa's trades once they get started with that. And I'll, as long as they just keep it where only Mufasa is trading, I might jump back in with, $250, $300 at some point in time in the future. Maybe I'll watch it for a month, and see how just his trading goes by itself, and just go from there. And if he decides to add anybody else, any Panthers or any other type of animals to the trading system, I'll definitely look at pulling my money out. But for right now, I'm done with HypergrowthFX. And I'll just keep an eye on Mufasa's trading as after he gets started with that. I believe they have a new broker that is coming on board, and hopefully I'll be able to update you guys on that as he gets closer to just letting Mufasa trade. But I'm sure you guys, a lot of you guys are probably just as upset as I am about losing that money. So it's definitely going to take some major convincing from Mufasa's trading to get me to put even, $200 back in with them. So I'm definitely going to have to wait and see how things go. All right, so like I said, this is going to be the final HypergrowthFX weekly update review. Very disappointed, to lose that $500, but that's the risk we take, obviously. With these managed accounts, you can't come in with a demo account. You have to come in with real money, and this was kind of my way of testing it, so you guys would know whether or not it was worth trading with or not. And so on this particular case, I just lost that 500. Hopefully, I'll be able to bring on some other managed accounts that will prove fruitful, that will actually work and return, something for us instead of losing all my money. Or anyway, that's just my frustration talking, but it is what it is. It was risk capital, so I'm not too hurt by risking $500, but I'm just rambling on. Like I said, I am a little bit annoyed at the situation that obviously this individual was trading good for 3 months, and then within the first week, he blew up the managed account. It just annoys the hell out of me that, anyway, like I said, I'm just frustrated. I'm going to end this before I start rambling on here. All right, guys, I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Take care.